You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another live stream. What's going on, people? Just to let you know, Trump and the governor of Texas is making some moves and it's about to be effective soon. For those who don't know, something happened to a young man in Washington, D.C., and Trump made it clear that he's about to federalize the state of D.C. If they cannot do their job, if they keep allowing people to do evil, to do sin, and these people are back on the streets, well, Trump said, I'm going to federalize the state of D.C. So what does that mean? Trump is saying that the people that live in Washington, D.C., if they don't have certain paperwork, certain reasons as to why they could be in the confine of the federal, the tourist, certain areas, they will not be allowed to go. If you're a DC citizen, if you're in the outskirts of DC, you see, these ninjas are attacking people of other culture. And you got folks celebrating this as if it's a good thing. No, it's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. And see, I'm going to cover this because what's going to end up happening is Trump, his administration, the governor of Texas, and we'll get to the governor of Florida, are making it clear. We're tired of you sinners. We're tired of you sinners, regardless of the ethnicity. We're tired of you sinners. We're tired of you doing damage to people, disrespecting people, fighting people, unaliving people. They're getting tired of it. So Trump is about to federalize certain parts of DC, and it may seem like that the funding will not go in parts of DC. And I talked about this before. So without further ado, let's hear what they have to say. Let's go. Let's get right to it. I can't play the whole footage. If you want to watch the footage yourself, you could do yourself a favor. You see the title and go see the whole footage what led up to the situation. For YouTube purposes, I'm not going to show the whole footage of what happened to the guy. You can see it yourself. Let's go.
Here on Swan Street near 15th Northwest early Sunday morning. According to the police report, the victims were approached by a group of teens around 3 a.m. The suspects demanded their car before assaulting one of the victims. MPD says officers in the cruiser passed by during the beating.
This is a different part of DC. So these munchkins is going around different parts of DC, jumping people. So since this happened in Cincinnati, now they jumping somebody important in DC as well. Let's continue.
2 teens were arrested as the group took off. Tuesday, MPD confirming one of the victims is former Doge staffer, 19-year-old Edward Korestein. Police say he was injured in the assault and treated on scene. The President's Post Tuesday coming moments before DC police launched this kickoff to National Night Out, an annual celebration promoting community building with local law enforcement. President Trump's newly confirmed U.S. Attorney for D.C. and former Fox News host Jeanine Pirro making a brief appearance at the event and saying this to the crowd.
Let me say this. Crime is going down in D.C. It's going down in D.C. because of you. Because you, who as parents teach your kids respect. Because of law enforcement.
After those remarks, a rep for her office sharing a statement.
She says the two are totally different. Tonight was about celebrating success when community and law enforcement work together. And she's absolutely correct. That part makes a lot of sense. Now, you're going to hear what she has to say prior to that, okay?
Statement with News 4 clarifying her comment, saying, The two are totally different. Tonight was about celebrating successes when community and law enforcement work together. Crime is not down enough. Ask any crime victim. We need
to end crime committed by those who are too young to prosecute. Now that's true. That's true. At the same time, people are tired of the nonsense.
Need to end crime committed by those who are too young to prosecute, and referring us to this video posted by the former prosecutor hours earlier.
And the president is very serious about making sure that as the prosecutor here, that we not only fight crime with a vengeance, but make sure that there are consequences.
DC police say MPD's carjacking task force is investigating. We're told agents with the FBI Washington field office are involved. In the district, Walter Morris, News 4.
You see? We're going to get to Governor Abbott in a second. You see, Trump has to make it clear he's going to have to federalize certain areas because while crime may be down to an extent, it's not down enough. And people are tired of getting up in the morning, working, taking care of their business, right? People are tired of getting up in the morning. They're tired of getting up in the morning, taking care of their business, right? And they have to go home, walk, exercise, and they get jumped by these orangutans, by these monsters, by these savages. People are tired of being disrespected. And I get that they're doing their best, yet you're going to have to be stricter. It has to be stricter now because there's too many sinful folks out here doing things, causing problems, causing headache, causing aggravation, lying and slandering. And these racist black folks ain't talking about this. Why? Because they want to see blood. They want to see war. They don't care about their family. They don't care about their loved ones. They wicked. They demonic. People ain't going to sit back and tolerate the disrespect. They're going to get law involved. And you see, these entities and deities ain't going to talk about this. I told y'all it's coming. It's going to get stricter.
Today, the FBI released new data on violent crime across the U.S.
Okay, so we're going to leave it at that. Let's get to the Trump situation. The Governor Abbott, situation. We get back to Trump in a second. Give me 1 second. Ooh, this is getting really real now. Hold on. I got the information. Give me 1 second. Now, it's about to get really interesting, y'all. It's about to get really interesting, what I'm about to show y'all. So let's get to Governor Abbott right now in the great state of Texas. Okay, there we go. Let's get right to it. All right, here we go.
We're starting at 10 o'clock with the redistricting battle here in Texas. It's heating up. Governor Abbott now has the Texas Rangers investigating the House Democrats, who he says purposely left the state to break quorum.
This has been the talk.
10 o'clock with the redistricting battle here in Texas. It's heating up. Governor Abbott now has the Texas Rangers investigating the House Democrats, who he says purposely left the state to break quorum.
This has been the talk of the day, not just here, but nationwide. Tonight, those Democrats have something to say about demands for them to be civilly arrested. Our Marvin Hurst has been on this one all.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Put a 5 in the chat if you remember me saying this is going to go down. Put a 5 in the chat if you've been watching my content. I said that these Ibarracis is going to be investigated. Put a 5 in the chat if you record me saying this. They're about to clean these sinners out. Remove these sinners. Because they're moving in sin. They're indulging in sin. They're doing warlock, witchcraft, spells, the list goes on. Put a 5 in the chat if you recall. I said that the South is about to clean up with these sinners that's moving, doing things that is not normal, that's causing chaos. Told y'all, I told y'all, and the Most High has shown you that he's working through me to show you the evidence. Everything I said, boom, here it comes. Let me rewind it back, listen again. Not what I say, what the news said. Let's go.
Starting at 10 o'clock with the redistricting battle.
You see that smile? She happy about this. She happy about this. You know what the FBA and the BHI are going to say? She's a tender. She's a coon. She's a sellout. No, she wants peace. Let's go. Let's get down to it.
We're starting at 10 o'clock with the redistricting battle here in Texas. It's heating up. Governor Abbott now has the Texas Rangers investigating the House Democrats, who he says purposely left the state to break quorum.
This has been the talk of the day, not just here, but nationwide. Tonight, those Democrats have something to say about demands for them to be civilly arrested. Our Marvin Hurst has been on this one all day. You've been
to be civilly arrested. I told y'all it's coming. Let's go.
Looking through their comments, Marvin, what are they saying?
Hey, Nicole and Doug, Texas Democrats wanted to be on the record and visibly to say what they're doing is not fleeing from a quorum. They're standing up to a fight.
They expect us to take the punch and say thank you. Well, I am here to tell you, not only are we going to punch back, but we about to beat you down.
I met this gentleman. You see the guy with the red? You see, I didn't realize he was a Democrat. You see the gentleman with the red tie? He's a Democrat too. When I came back to Florida, I saw him and his constituents in Dallas. You know, I know she's in charge of the Democrat Dallas and the Senate floor. So he's also part of that committee. I saw him. Yep, I saw him the day I was returning back to Florida. So let's see what she has to say. Let's go.
Texas House Democrats speak up after making their move to block a redistricting vote in the state house. It occurs during a special session and a non-typical redrawing cycle in congressional districts.
For everyone that's been asking, where are the Democrats? Well, here they are. For everyone that's been asking.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They say they want war. You see what I'm saying? They want war. They want blood. These Ibarracis, these racists want war. They protecting sinners. They protecting sinners They don't want Texas to be the great state of Texas. They don't like that lingo, the great state of Florida. They don't like the great state of America. They don't want it to be a Bible state no more. They want it to be doom and gloom, warlocks and witches. Abbott said, no, not on my watch. We're going to investigate these people. Let's go.
Where is the fight? Well, here it is. But let me tell you something. Don't leave them out on a ledge by themselves.
The Republican-led effort started with the state's current map, then switched over to this proposed map, which is more GOP-friendly. It's to help the National Party pick up 5 seats. Video shows Democratic lawmakers.
Yes, because they losing seats. They're upset they losing seats. Abbot is upset that they losing seats. Remember who's in charge. The Most High is in charge. He's in control of good and evil. He's in control of all things. So at the end of the day, they losing seats. Why? Because people are tired of the Abbot. So they losing their power, and they pout and they complaining. Let's continue.
Makers getting out of town to dodge a vote they've described as not racially considerate to voters.
When families can't afford to buy groceries, when families don't know if they're going to be able to keep their children alive.
Oh my goodness, here we go with the dramatic nonsense. Here we go with the dramatic nonsense. They pushing this thing that you ain't gonna have no food, you ain't gonna have no shelter, you're not gonna have transportation. They pushing this nonsense, these lies. They pockets is fat. They telling you that you struggling, yet they pockets is fat. Are they gonna feed you? Are they gonna clothe you? No. Are these Abbot care about your well-being? Hell to the no. I go as far as say that they are happy that women are homeless in a particular state. They are happy that the women are not getting fed and that the children is not getting fed. They celebrate these demons. They projected and blaming the other party. When they was in control for 4 years, you have lowered the women, the children, and the men's standards. You fatten your pockets. You have stole from the people. How can you blame the Republicans? They just got back the seat. They cleaning up your dirty laundry. Now they want to push this racist agenda. This is crazy, man. Let me rewind it back. Listen again.
When families can't afford to buy groceries, when families don't know if they're going to be able to keep their children alive because they can't no longer afford health care, that is what our focus should be.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. You hear the validity and the lies these people are pushing?
Roll has been called and a quorum has not been established.
That didn't stop Republican lawmakers from moving forward to take action on the Democrats' absence. Governor Greg Abbott says the absent lawmakers are holding up critical votes for the Texas Hill Country.
Ooh. You see? They don't want to see. They don't want to see those people get back on their feet. Yo, I'm telling you, man, this is wild, man. This is getting crazy.
Flash flooding killed 137 people last month. He's also asked DPS to, quote, investigate fleeing Texas House Democrats for potential bribery and any other potential legal violations.
I'm glad he said that. He said investigate fleeing Texas House Democrats for potential Ibarasi's bribery and other potential legal violations. Yes, investigate them. Investigate them all, sir.
End quote. However, Democrats say Abbott is on his knee, kissing President Trump's ring for...
Now, it's interesting because I didn't see this video. I did not expect to see the two together. So the video makes sense of me talking about this. Now they're saying that he's kissing Trump's behind. Here we go with the nonsense now. Let's rewind back.
However, Democrats say Abbott is on his knee, kissing President Trump's ring for political approval. And they say what's good for Texas.
Now I have news flash for Republicans in Texas. This is no longer the Wild West.
Can y'all hear me now? I'm back. The deities is trying to mess with my channel right now. Put a 5 in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Yo, the deities and the entities is trying to attack my platform because I'm talking about this. Ain't that something? They pushing spells. Trying to make people not see this video. Wow. Let's rewind back. You can't stop this truth, what they're trying to do. Listen to what they're trying to do.
And I want to encourage California and New York and Maryland and Washington State to say, you know what? Our gloves are off. If war is...
Whoa. What states did she name? Let's rewind back.
Making Cowboys.
And I want to encourage California and New York and Maryland and Washington State to say,
okay.
You know what? Our gloves are off. If war is war, and Democrats, if y'all are going to do it in Texas, we're going to do it here.
So if you don't mind...
Do you know where they're getting this from? They're getting the same moniker from that demon, that warlock on YouTube. They want war. They want war with us. Listen, they don't want you to feed your families. They don't want you to provide for your families. They want to steal. They want to take from you. They want to unalive you. They want to see your children unalive. We at war with the devil in high places. What the Bible talks about is these Ibarasis. Look where they stand at. They don't like men. Didn't I tell you there's a movement going on? There's a movement going on with women telling other women to leave their husbands. Put a 5 in the chat if you heard me say that. There's a movement going on right now as we speak while I'm talking live. The Most High say it, say it. He said, say it again. And I'm going to say it and you will see it because it's going on right now. You got women in high places, in certain parameters, telling other women to leave their husband. We'll give you a deal right now. They're trying to get the conservative women, the women that love their husband, love their kids. They telling them, you remove yourself like that Eve, like Jezebel is in the houses of the Democracy states right now. Jezebel has taken over the Ibarasi party. And I got slandered. I got mocked. The Ibarasis is attacking me now. And they got the men attacking me right now. That's on that plantation. They want you to stay on the plantation. They want you to beg them to take care of your family. Let me tell you something right now. You get on your feet, you handle your business as a man, you take care of your wife, you take care of your kids, and leave these witches and warlocks and cut them all off today. Cut them out of your life. I'm not telling you to be a conservative. I know the Most High is a conservative and the devil is a liberal. Because what do the liberals do? They do the same tactic the devil do. And the Bible even said there will be a division. But you got these demon content creators talking about we should get together. The Most High is separating us from the evil people right now, y'all. Regardless of your background, your culture. See, they want us to fight against other racist people because they want blood. And I'm here to tell you, don't follow those people. They're not going to help your kids. If you get in a war with somebody, they're not going to help your family. Your family will starve if you get unalived by these entities and deities. That's what they want to happen. Ladies, pray for the hedge of protection of your husband or your man. Your prayers go far. Don't be naive. They say I hate women. How do I hate women? That don't make sense to me. No, they hate people exposing the truth. Let me rewind it again. Listen to what they say.
Fleeing Texas House Democrats for potential bribery and any other potential legal violations, end quote. However, Democrats say Abbott is on his knee, kissing President Trump's ring for political approval. And they say what's good for Texas.
Now I have news flash for Republicans in Texas. This is no longer the Wild West. We're not going to tolerate our democracy being stolen in a modern-day stagecoach hoist by a bunch of law-breaking cowboys.
And I want to encourage California and New York and Maryland and Washington State to say, you know what, our gloves are off. If war is war and Democrats, if y'all are going to do it in Texas, we're going to do it here.
So if you don't mind, I'd like to go over those map changes that they are proposing here in Texas. So this is how things currently stand. Republicans want to take away 5 Democratic-held seats total, 2 from South Texas, 1 from Houston, 1 from Austin, and 1 from North Texas. So here's how the proposed map would look, and you can see that things were once blue in South Texas. They flip over to red. So taking a closer look at North Texas, 2 districts could be impacted here.
Now, Dallas, it's in the news. Dallas is the last place that is mostly consist of blue, right? It's consist of Ibarasi, right? Now, the Ibarasis is losing their resources because a lot of people is going more conservative now. They see what's going on in Fort Worth and all these other districts, and so now they about to lose 2 seats. Okay? Let's go.
32 in mostly Dallas County, and you have District 33, which is both in Dallas and Tarrant County. But under the proposed changes, those districts in 33 would be only in Dallas County, while District 32 would end up flipping red and extend to far East Texas. Back.
Yeah. Because East Texas is the rural area. And it was once in Barassi, they not getting the respect in that rural area in East Texas. Let me see. I'll tell you right now. 33 is where I was at. That district consists of the North Dallas, Texas. That's more successful. And under 33 is the hood. That's the hood. South Dallas. 30 is hood. 30 is hood. Most of the 30 district is downtown Dallas, the city of Dallas, and then you go into the hood part of Dallas, okay? 33 is where I was at. 32 is more successful people, and Fort Worth is the other one. That's part of 33. So the only one that might be staying up is the hood part. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the only seat they're going to have left, because the North Dallas and Fort Worth and East Dallas, they're going to get rid of those seats because there's a lot of money that's not going into what they said it's going into. How do I know? I was in Dallas. They have a lot of conferences in Dallas. There's a lot of important people in Dallas. Okay? Let's continue.
Tarrant County. But under the proposed changes, those districts in 33 would be only in Dallas County, while District 32 would end up flipping red and extend to far East Texas. Back to you.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
The day Texas state lawmakers are set to reconvene Friday. The House, it remains frozen, failing to meet a quorum for the second day as Democrats have fled in order to block redistricting. This all started because Democrats are looking to defend current districts like this, Texas 35. That district was ruled unconstitutional, drawn with discriminatory intent until ultimately deemed allowed by the Supreme Court. With threats against their cling to power, though, Democrats are screaming all-out war.
This is unconstitutional. This is about standing up for people's voting rights and standing up for black and brown people who are going to be iced out.
Would the state of California move forward?
Oh my gosh. Did you hear this? He's saying that they're going to push out the so-called black people and the brown people. Let's rewind the video. Oh my gosh. Here come with the fear stuff.
In kind.
The big story of the day, Texas state lawmakers are set to reconvene Friday. The House, it remains frozen, failing to meet a quorum for the second day as Democrats have fled in order to block redistricting. This all started because Democrats are looking to defend current districts like this, Texas 35. That district was ruled unconstitutional, drawn with discriminatory intent until ultimately deemed allowed by the Supreme Court. With threats against their cling to power, though, Democrats are screaming all-out war.
This is unconstitutional. This is about standing up for people's voting rights and standing up for black and brown people who are going to be iced out.
Would the state of California move forward in kind, fighting, yes, fire with fire?
This is not the Democratic Party of your grandfather, which would bring a pencil to the knife fight. This is a new Democratic Party. We're bringing a knife to a knife fight, and we are going to fight fire with fire.
You see this? You see what's going on here? Let's continue.
That was, among others, Governor Gavin Newsom of California, Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois. But joining me now is Governor Greg Abbott of Texas. Governor, great to have you here on the show. You heard the reaction there from some of your fellow governors. What do you say?
Some very rich hypocrisy on their part. There are no states more gerrymandered than California and Illinois and New York. In Illinois, I think they may have maybe 3 congressional seats for Republicans, despite the fact that Trump won more than 40% of the vote there. Same thing.
That's factual facts. That's no lie.
Applies in states like California and New York. I don't think those states can gerrymander any more than they have. What Texas is doing, actually, we're drawing districts to provide every voter in the state the opportunity to cast a vote for the party and candidate of their choice. 4 of the 5 districts we're drawing, they're going to be Hispanic districts. They happen to be Hispanic Republican districts. One is going to restore the Barbara Jordan district in Harris County, Texas. And so what Democrats are really concerned about, if you look under the hood, is the fact that Hispanics and even black voters are voting more for Republicans than they.
Let me rewind that. Oh, that's going to piss them off, what he just said. That's going to piss off these groups. That's going to piss off these racist groups. Listen to what the governor said. Listen.
Hispanics and even black voters are voting more for Republicans than they have for Democrats in the past. The results of President Trump's electoral victory prove that. You have a map up, and it's a map of districts, but the fact of the matter is, if you look at the map of the presidential election, you'll see all across the border counties, President Trump won those counties, which are heavily Hispanic counties. Hispanics now vote Republican, and Democrats are losing it because of that.
Is there any lies about that? Is there any lies about that? No. Let's continue.
Let's talk about the Democrats who have fled the state of Texas for a moment, Governor. On Sunday, you suggested they could, citing an attorney general opinion, be arrested and replaced for abandoning their office. Earlier today, I spoke to Representative Oliverson here in Texas, and he made me aware, which I was not aware, that some of the Democrats who are not showing up for a quorum are actually still here in the state. So is it the case that you could actually arrest those representatives and bring them back to Austin to establish a quorum?
So that is correct. And Will, as we're talking right now, Texas Department of Public Safety officers are on the streets looking for those Democrat House members to arrest them and to take them to the Texas Capitol and hold them there until a quorum is reached.
Ooh. If y'all been watching my video, Rollo was right. This was going to happen. Let them see that I wasn't talking crazy. If I talked about this, Rollo was right about this. Rollo was right. If y'all recall me talking about this. On cross, I give all praises to the Most High Christ. Yet, I want you to say it. Rollo was right. They don't like when I'm right. Because I see these things. I have conversations with certain people and to get their opinion of what's going on. Told y'all. I told y'all, get your stuff together. So, you know what these entities and deities going to do? They're going to say Rollo's racist. Rollo don't like black people. Rollo don't like us. Rollo don't like this. Rollo don't like that. He's sold out. He's bought out and paid. They're going to say that. And when they say that, they're going to say that in their content. Watch what I tell you. They're going to say, I'm bought and paid for. No. I'm speaking from the Most High perspective. I see what's going on. People are tired of the Ibarasi. People are tired of sin. You have black folks who's working hard. They tired of you black ninjas. They are letting the officials know, look, we're tired, man. Put the gloves on, arrest these people, lock their behinds up. Told y'all. I told y'all it's coming. Let's go.
All right, and then in that May, I'm not sure how many, can you tell me how many different representatives that we're talking about are in the state of Texas? I believe you're 6 short right now of a quorum. Would that number bring you to a quorum?
So that's a fact that we don't know yet. We don't know which Democrats remain in the state who are not yet identified. We don't know exactly how many are out of state, but know this also well, and that is the Texas Department of Public Safety is also working with officials in other states to find ways in which we can try to arrest the Texas Democrat members in other states and bring them back to the state of Texas.
Well, that was.
Ooh-wee. It's on and popping. Let's go.
My next question I was going to ask you, Governor, of course, Texas DPS would have limited powers to arrest anyone out of state. Most of these Democrats have fled the state for that express purpose. Representative Alderson has said that both you and Attorney General Ken Paxton, though, have looked into whether or not they're funding these trips or fundraising off of these trips, which would amount to bribery. Would that open up the potential for you to go retrieve some of these representatives who have fled the state?
That opens up several opportunities. One, bribery in Texas is a felony. Felony is the type of offense that we can issue papers to have these Democrats brought back. Another thing, though, that the Democrats don't seem to know, and that is taking or receiving a payment like they have to escape or not take a vote subjects them to forfeiture of their seat. That's going to be one of the legal grounds you're going to see asserted here immediately to seek the vacation or elimination or abandonment of these House seats by the Democrats. So we will remove them from office and call for elections to replace them.
But what?
They could do that. They could do that. They could do that. Let's go.
Kind of timeline, you said immediately. My understanding is that is a legal process. It would have to be established by a judge. At least that's the opinion of the Attorney General, I believe established in 2021. And that would require a judge to discern abandonment. So that seems like that could take some time.
So when I say immediately, I'm talking about when all the paperwork is going to be filed with the courts, which is going to be immediately. Secondly, there will be requests for immediate responses from these courts, knowing that they're dealing with an immediate timeline. You're a lawyer, you know you can go into court and you can get a quick resolution for matters that have a short timetable. That's exactly what we're dealing with right here.
There's a lot of different elements to democracy. I'm just not sure when it became an acceptable element of democracy to flee the process in protest or deprive the democratically elected representatives of a majority vote. But several times now we've seen this play out in the state of Texas. So we'll be following along over the next couple of days. Thank you, Governor Abbott.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and.
Ooh-wee. I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all right now. It's a baptism for these Ibarazis. They want to go to war. They want to see you starve. They want to see you broke. They want to see you homeless. Just like some of these content creators. At this point, they could call me a sellout. They could call me a coon. They could call me a tether. It don't matter. You're not going to stop what the Most High is going to bring to the sinners. Justice for righteous people. They want us to go to war with other nationalities. They want a race war so bad. Ladies, you have a man, pray over your man that he's protected by these witches, these warlocks, these entities. They're trying to separate everybody. They're running out of time. They're running out of material. The Most High is judging everyone according to their works. And he's allowing the governors, certain people in certain places, to do what needs to be done. We got more content. Hold on one second. I'm not done yet. We're just getting warmed up. Give me 1 second. I want y'all to see these shorts. I want y'all to see these shorts right now. Let's get right to it. Give me 1 second.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott is threatening to remove lawmakers from office, specifically Texas House Democrats. This stems from a disagreement between Republicans and Democrats over redistricting. Republicans have a new congressional map that they want to move forward in the House, and the House Democrats don't agree with this congressional map. One of them told me that they feel like they should only be redistricting after a census, which is every 10 years. Democrats held a press conference in Chicago about this, but overall, that brings me to my point of, can Governor Abbott actually do this? Can he remove lawmakers from office? The answer is kind of yes and no. Governor Abbott wouldn't be the one doing this. A district court judge would have to rule in favor of Governor Abbott to remove a legislator for office over this, but it is possible. Governor Abbott's giving these Texas House Democrats until 3 p.m. on Monday, August 4th to return to office and be in attendance. If that doesn't happen, we'll keep you updated on KSAT.com. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is threatening to remove lawmakers from office, specifically Texas House Democrats. This stems from a disagreement between Republicans and Democrats over.
Why is she so concerned about this? If you're moving correctly, you don't want people to do well. It seems like to me a lot of people don't want to see you do well. Yes, that's correct, Italian Mamba. Ringo said earlier in his video, it's unhealthy to be separated and alone. I agree. I agree 1,000,000% what he said in that video. Hold on 1 second. They pushing this separation, y'all. Telling you.
Abbott posted on X saying any Democrat who is requesting money to cover their daily $500 no-show fine may be committing bribery. Governor Abbott wants Rangers to send any info they find to prosecutors as soon as possible. This morning, San Antonio State Representative Barbara Gervin Hawkins spoke in Illinois, saying what they're doing isn't a Texas fight, but a fight for America.
My Republican colleagues in Texas, you wrong for this. You wrong for this. You already have the governor's office. You're the majority in the Senate, the majority in the House. What more do you want? What more do you want? You have the power. It is time for y'all to love America again.
Members, a quorum is not present.
In Austin, House Speaker Dustin Burrows called for Democrats to be arrested who weren't in Monday's special session. State Representative Brian Harrison in the DFW area says the GOP is working within their rights.
If it's what the voters of our state want us to do, which I firmly believe that it is, especially when you look at the fact that they reelected President Trump with a 14-point landslide in Texas, it's something that we are allowed to do. And here's the reality. The Constitution of the United States lets us do this.
Texas House Democratic Caucus Vice Chair Mihaela Plessa says Democrats will be moving to different spots across the nation to raise awareness on what's happening. The last day of this special session is August 19th. Governor
Oh my goodness.
Abbott still has the power to call a special session to address this issue, but each session called can only last 30 days. Earl Stoudemire, KENS 5.
Well, folks, this is going to be an interesting August, ain't it? These people are in other Ibarasi cities trying to get Trump out of office, trying to get the Governor Abbott, trying to get DeSantis out of office. They relocating to other homes. They don't care for their district. Will these Dibarasi content creators call this out? Since they say they love this, love that, we don't see it in action though. What's going on, C-Rob? What's going on, Corey, Paige, Italian Mamba? Appreciate you all for tuning in to the show. We're not done yet. I got more. We're going to get the full thing. Before we get the full thing, let me post my Cash App right now. We're going to go into the full video. Make sure y'all like the video. Don't let the haters stop you from liking the video. Don't let the haters stop you from liking the video, all right? All right, that's taken care of. Let's get right to the content.
Minority leader in Texas, and the leader of the Democrats in the Texas House. We're not here to have fun. We're not here because this is easy, and we did not make the decision to come here today. We did not make a decision lightly. But we come here today with absolute moral clarity that this is absolutely the right thing to do to protect the people of the state of Texas. For the last few weeks, Texas families have been burying their loved ones who were killed in the very preventable tragedy that occurred in Central Texas. Over 100 Texans died, many of them very young souls. And all Texans across the state have asked for is that the legislature focus and spend its time taking care of the families who are grieving and helping the communities who are recovering to accomplish their goals. Instead, Governor Abbott has used this tragedy, taken these families who are grieving, taken these communities who are struggling to recover, and used them as hostages in a political game. It's been 2 weeks. They don't even have a bill filed to deal with what they promised to deal with.
Look at all of them mobbing up against Governor Abbott. Does that ring a bell? You got people mobbing up on us right now on the internet. Real talk. Real talk. Right now as we speak. All these Ibarasis in the same room could get together to go against doing the right thing. Yet they don't talk about the crime. They don't talk about the crime in their district. They don't talk about all the stuff. They allow certain things to happen. They allow you to steal and take under $1,000. You can take anything you want under $1,000. Then they complain about these stores closing, these places closing. Yet they're not doing anything for the people, by the people. They're trying to blame Governor Abbott for taking a stance on what's happening. No, y'all the ones who's taking people's money and doing what you're not supposed to do. This is crazy. Let's go.
And instead, they have spent their entire time playing dirty political games that only help themselves. And what is even worse, their attempts to do this, their attempts to disenfranchise Texans.
Oh my God.
Is being the tool they're using is a racist, gerrymandered map. A map that seeks to use racial lines to divide hard-working communities who have spent decades building up their power and strengthening their voices. And Governor Abbott is doing this in submission to Donald Trump.
You see what they're doing? Y'all see what they're doing? Y'all see the play? Y'all see the demonic play, y'all? Y'all see the demonic play? Let me rewind that back again. Listen.
Is a racist, gerrymandered map. A map that seeks to use racial lines to divide hard-working communities who have spent decades building up their power and strengthening their voices. And Governor Abbott is doing this in submission to Donald Trump, so that Donald Trump could steal these communities' power and voice. We will not be complicit in the destruction of our own communities. We will not be complicit in the destruction of any communities in Texas. We will hold people accountable, and we will defend our state to the absolute best of our abilities. We're not here to play political games. We're here to demand an end to this corrupt process.
Y'all see this? They want sympathy from the people. They're casting spells right now. They're casting spells on the people that don't get it. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. We ask them to stop hiding things from the public. We ask them to stop doing things behind closed doors. We ask them to stop attacking Texas communities. They refused because their loyalty and fealty to Donald Trump overrides all other interests. We have been a part of this corruption for too long. We have seen it too many times.
So if you've seen it too many times, then why don't y'all tell the truth of what y'all doing with the money? Why don't you tell the truth what you're doing with the money that the people stay in these particular places that's, Ibarasi states, Ibarasi cities?
Republican leaders promise.
This is what Jared looked like before he went through our superhuman program. And if you didn't know,
our communities, that they will protect our families and do what is necessary, but time and time again, they say pretty words and then take care of themselves. Well, today, this corruption ends.
What?
Today.
What corruption? What corruption?
Today, the people of the state of Texas have said enough. Enough of your games. Enough of your lies. Today, the corruption of Donald Trump and Greg Abbott ends.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Here we go.
And next up, we'll welcome our former caucus chair, Trey Martinez-Fisher.
Thank you, Chair Bout. Thank you, Governor Pritzker. Thank you, Illinois. I think what my colleague is saying, that this statement, this quorum break.
So they out there hanging out in Illinois, y'all. They out there hanging out in Illinois with the governor of Illinois. This is crazy, man.
Is not about the Democratic Party. It is about the democratic process. We from Texas are so familiar with the phrase of our Apollo 13 mission, Houston, we have a problem. Well, I say America, we have a problem. The largest democracy in the world, and yet a Texas governor would bend a knee to Donald Trump because he's afraid to lose an election fair and square. He would.
Oh my goodness. Now they're saying that the governor is fear of losing what? No, y'all the ones in fear. Y'all the ones pushing fear. Y'all the one who's trying to get the people riled up to act the fool in these cities that y'all claim y'all love and care about. Quit with the lies. Let's go.
Rig these maps to have politicians pick voters so that he can not have to deal with a Congress that will provide oversight, accountability, and real checks and balances like our founders wanted us to. This is wrong, this is un-American, and this is undemocratic. In America, we need to wake up. Republicans are stealing our democracy right before our very eyes.
Oh my goodness. You see the nonsense that we gotta hear, y'all?
But guess what? Texas Democrats are here, and we have a message for Donald Trump.
What's the message?
Not on our watch.
Oh, y'all making threats. Y'all making threats to Trump?
We will not have our democracy taken on our watch. Never, ever, ever underestimate the will of the American people when it comes to protecting and preserving our democracy and our voting rights. And that is why we are here, and that's what this is about. From California to New York, from Illinois, Governor, to Texas.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear the play? Did y'all hear the play? From California to New York, to Illinois, the governor, to Texas. They're trying to get Texas to be Ibarasi so bad so they could format against Florida. That's their goal, y'all. You know they ain't mentioned Florida yet, right? Because they've been trying to get Florida. They've been trying to get Florida. They believe that if they could get Texas to comply, then they have a chance to get Florida last. That's not going to work, though. They not tell y'all to play. They not tell y'all to play that Florida and Texas is doing their own thing. You get what I'm saying? Let's go.
We are all in this together. We should wake up and rise up and speak out against this injustice. And it's time to go to work. And as they say back in Texas, I think it's time we need to cowboy up and get to work and push back.
They're ready to go to war. They want to go to war in Texas so they could get Texas to get Florida involved. You're not going to win. Texas and Florida is on a whole different frequency. And we don't want no sinners and no Ibaracis in our state. Didn't I tell y'all the actual conservative states is Texas and Florida? Put a 5 in the chat if you heard me say that many times. Put a 5 in the chat if you heard that many times. I heard that. Why are they focusing so much on Texas and Florida and cold? Because that's the 2 states that's thriving right now. That's the 2 states that's really thriving economically. What happened to all these blue states economically? What happened to all these blue states and so-called red states economically? Let's talk to me. Talk to me in the chat. What happened to these so-called red states and these blue states? They having economic issues, is they not? There's more people homelessness in these Ibaracis and these so-called red states than it is in Texas and Florida combined. We have a small percentage of homelessness because people choose to be homeless in Florida. They choose to live in a car. People choose to stay in certain hotels they have available for people if they don't want to pay, regular rent or stay in the house. People choose to be homeless in Florida and Texas. They would rather be homeless in Texas and Florida than these other states. And yet it's still, they're trying to push this agenda for everybody to be poor. You make too much money, they want to attack your money. Come on now. And I'm not saying that the other southern states ain't cleaning up house, because they are cleaning up house. They are. They're trying their hardest to clean up house because there's too many Ibaracis in their state. Yet Texas and Florida, they've been attacking Texas lately though. Let's continue. And notice they are in the northern region. They're in the Midwest. They're going to Chicago and California and New York to go to war with Texas and Florida. This is crazy. Let's go.
So we're pleased to be here. I had the good fortune of having Gene's job a few years ago where we had to make a quorum break.
Here we go.
And my partner in crime who helped with that is our former Democratic Caucus Chair, and that is Chairman Chris Turner. Chris.
You see? You see? Because the northern states don't have the funds no more. Now they want to attack those who, listen, they want to attack you if you change your residency to Florida or Texas or North Carolina or Georgia or Tennessee or Alabama or Mississippi. They want to attack you economically, y'all. They don't have the funds. They're mad that people's doing well in these other states. Don't fall for their trick, y'all. Let's go.
Thank you, Trey. So, by denying the Texas House of Representatives quorum, we are using the power that we have as state legislators under the Texas Constitution to fight for our constituents. And we are all elected to fight for the people we represent. And that's exactly what we are doing here today. And I want members of the media to know that in addition to the legislators you see here in front of you today, here in Chicago, there are others who are joining us in Chicago shortly. We also have delegations of our caucus in Albany and in Boston who are meeting with leaders in those states.
Notice what he said. Albany, Boston. I told y'all this is going to go down.
To tell them what's happening in the state of Texas. And we also have several other members who are elsewhere, but they are not in Austin, and they are not going back to the Capitol. Together, we are united in this fight, and we are working to spread the word about what's happening in Texas. Donald Trump wants more power. That's what this is about. He wants to face no accountability and no consequences. And that's why he's demanding Texas rig our congressional districts.
Ain't that something that is going on in the internet? They want us off the internet. They doing casting spells and pushing people to do things on us. Put a 2 in the chat if you agree with that. Put a 2 in the chat if you see that the same thing they doing to Trump, to Abbott, and to DeSantis is what they doing to me, Ringo, and Brainwaves. Notice what I just said. They after Trump, Abbott, and DeSantis. Can we all agree with that? They after Trump, Abbott, and DeSantis. Can we agree with that? Yes or no? Can I get a yay or nay? Can I get a yay or nay? And I'm not being political. I know Ringo's not political. I know Brainwaves is not political. What I'm trying to show y'all to play. You got a mob of people attacking us, just like these mob of people is attacking Trump, attacking DeSantis, and attacking Abbott. Well, Rollo, are they attacking the other governors? The other governors are not a threat to them. They're going after what they consider a threat, a problem. They don't want change. They want things to be the same. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's what's going on. Just like how you see all these people together in this particular city, that's the same thing they're doing on the internet. All these people who can't stand each other, they're getting together to try to go after me, Brainwaves, and Ringo. And they're attacking the viewers. They're attacking the viewers as well. Just like these people are attacking the people in Texas that they say they represent. If they represent these people, why they not at Texas right now to do the right thing? Why they hiding out in Illinois, in Albany, in Massachusetts? Why they trying to get other northern states to go after Governor Abbott and DeSantis? And Trump. You the people got to be mindful. Pay attention. Y'all see the play. Let's go.
The people of Texas have made their voices very, very clear on this. Over the course of the last 10 days, thousands of Texans have turned out to make their voices heard in our House Redistricting Committee hearings. 99% of them, and I'm not exaggerating, 99% of them have demanded that we reject Trump's Texas takeover.
Where's proof of that? Where's the proof? We don't want to hear you say it. Where's the proof? You're lying. You say 99%? No, you're lying. You're fabricating your lies. We could tell you lying, sir.
So what did the Republicans do? What did the Republicans do in the face of all those people saying don't do this? They ignored them. And they did it anyway. And they've accelerated this plan, this scheme through the process, and that's why we are here tonight. There was a time wouldn't be afraid to tell the president, any president, don't mess with Texas.
Right.
But Greg Abbott is too subservient and too weak to do that to Donald Trump. So, Abbott and the Republicans in the legislature are dutifully following Trump's commands. And this is what this is about. They are engaged in an illegal act of intentional discrimination by tearing apart majority, minority congressional districts across our state. And we are not going to stand for it. We are here to fight for the millions of Texans who don't want Trump's Texas takeover, and we're going to continue to fight for them, and we are here to fight back. I'm going to hand it back to Lee.
They're here to fight back. Okay. Here to fight back to do what?
Here we go.
Thank you so much, Chris. Up next, we're going to have Governor Pritzker, and before he comes up, we just want to say thank you to Governor Pritzker for welcoming us, and definitely someone who recognizes the need for us to fight, and also thank you to the people of Illinois for welcoming us as well. Thank you so much, Governor.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Leader Wu. Good evening, everyone. A big thanks first to the DuPage County Democrats and their chair, Reed McCollum, for making this space available and hosting us here this evening. We're here to welcome the Texas House of Representatives Democratic Caucus and its leader, Gene Wu, to the great state of Illinois. I was honored to host all of you, a group of you, about 9 days ago, and to learn about the challenges that you might potentially face. And frankly, I wish that we were greeting you under better circumstances today. But instead, we know that you are making great sacrifices to resist the power grab that's being perpetrated by Donald Trump, by Governor Abbott, and by Texas Republicans. You are answering one of the most challenging calls of public service that has ever been asked of you. And you've had to leave behind your families, your full-time jobs, your communities, and you did it to protect the voting rights of the people that you represent and voters all across this nation. Tonight, along with the Speaker of the Illinois House, the President of the Illinois Senate, and millions of Illinoisans, we are very pleased to welcome you and to stand in solidarity with you and send a clear message to all Americans. We will not let power go unchecked.
Yeah. To sway the public with fear, Paige. Absolutely. This is becoming ridiculous. We're not to live in fear. We ought not to live in fear, y'all.
Or let your voices and their voices go unheard. Over the past few months, my political team and I have been in direct and regular contact with the Texas Democratic Caucus. In late June, I was able to spend time with the Texas Democratic Party Chair, Kendall Scudder, who traveled all the way from Dallas to prepare for this exact possibility. Last week, I was honored to host Chair Wu and members of his delegation for a frank discussion about what was at stake and how Illinois could help. I want to level set with you about what is happening in Texas and how it affects us all, and why we are grateful that our friends from Texas are here tonight. Since Donald Trump came into office, he has taken calculated and explicit steps to grab unprecedented power and to silence his dissenters. He has ignored federal orders, federal court orders, encroached on states' rights, and he has strained our Constitution.
No. Y'all just don't want things to be corrected. Y'all don't want things to change. Y'all want things to be the same so that you can see people is struggling. Y'all the ones who created this struggle narrative. If you care about the people, why did you make them struggle?
As his cruel agenda reared its ugly head, Trump saw his poll numbers tanking and has begun to see that Republicans will likely lose control of Congress in 2026. When you try to tear health care away from veterans and seniors and people with disabilities, and stop food assistance for the most vulnerable working families in America, and raise...
That's a lie. That's a lie. You're lying again. It's people that's taking that don't really need it. It's one thing if you're going through it and other people need it and you're on it for a certain time, it's one thing. To sit here and say that this is happening to everybody, come on now, stop it. As a matter of fact, do you want people to stay on assistance? I thought you influencers want people to do well. No. So what this shows you is, just like the devil, they only want you to do pretty good, not well. Because if people were doing well, they won't need you. That's what you're afraid of? If people start doing well, why would they need you to sit down and tell them how to live and how to move? Let's go.
Prices on everyday groceries, all to fund tax breaks for the wealthiest people in this country. Then voters are likely going to throw your party out. 2026. When you try to tear health care away from veterans and seniors and people with disabilities, and stop food assistance for the most vulnerable working families in America, and raise prices on everyday groceries, all to fund tax breaks for the wealthiest people in this country, then voters are likely going to throw your party out. So Trump came up with a new scheme, rig the system, by ramming through a corrupt mid-decade redistricting plan that would steal 5 congressional seats, silencing millions of voices, especially Black and Latino voters.
Notice what he threw in there, especially Black and Latino voters. You know why he did that? Because he's saying Black people and Latino people cannot do very well. You notice he disrespected Black people and Latino people, right? He disrespected you. He disrespected you. He's saying if you Black, if you Latino, you cannot be rich. You cannot be successful. You need to be under our jurisdiction. You need to stay poor so that you and your lady arguing. Your children is starving. You got a lot of people believe that it's great to be poor. It's not great to be poor. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We have a contestant in the building. We have a contestant come in the building. Finally coming in the live chat. He was sent to talk to me. He was sent by the Ibarassis. It's not a lie. I work as a social worker and people really need it. And there are people who abuse the system. Yes. Okay, so you agree they abuse the system, right? And it's on both sides. MAGA is against all U.S. citizens. You are reaching. You are reaching. Italian Mama wrote, a known Latino barber that's doing very well. Yeah. When you put out these situations, Italian Mama, they're gonna say you a coon, you a sellout. You don't care for the people. Paige, it is. Paige, it is. You got this Ibarassi telling me it's not a lie. I work as a social worker and people really need it. Are there people who abuse the system? Yes. So that's who they going after. You don't told on yourself. You don't told on yourself that there are people that's abusers in the system. That's who they going after. I'm so sick of these Ibarassis, man. Oh, you know what this person gonna go? He gonna go back to the demon channel. He gonna go back to the demon channel because he coming over there from that demon channel. He coming over there from you know whose channel. Because I have seen this person. So it's interesting that this person decided to come in the middle of the conversation. You know what they're going to do? They're going to go back to the other people that can't stand me. Yeah, he's a coon. He's a sellout. He's an Uncle Tom. He's not one of us. He's a tether. You see what the racist comment he put? MAGA is against all U.S. citizens. That's racist. That's a blatant lie. Let me put it on the screen again. Oh my goodness. Y'all, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. It's not even on my phone. So this person is not even on my phone. That means I blocked this person. I blocked this person. Yeah, this person is blocked. Yet Restream, it has it to where you can see the person. This person has been blocked. So I know this person is sent because I'm checking my phone. Y'all don't see them on my phone. You don't see this individual on my phone. Yeah, that person is blocked. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
Let's be clear, this is not just rigging the system in Texas. It's about rigging the system against the rights of all Americans for years to come. Now, Texas Republicans submitted to the president's orders and took steps to advance Trump's Texas takeover. And while Texas Democrats have been trying to work across the aisle to deliver disaster relief after the devastating floods in central Texas, Republicans chose to use the tragedy as political cover to cheat.
The lies they have to do. The lies.
Brings us to today. Texas Democrats were left no choice but to leave their home state, block a vote from taking place, and protect their constituents. This is a righteous act of courage, and we can all take a page from these leaders' playbook. When you show people that you have the will to fight, well, they can muster the will to fight too.
Yeah.
Courage is contagious. I am very proud that Illinois Democrats have been in this fight from day one of Donald Trump's presidency. In the coming days and weeks, Illinois will partner with the Texas House Democratic Caucus to put a spotlight on the danger that Trump and Texas Republicans pose to all.
Didn't I tell you they're trying to take down Texas and trying to get Florida taken down? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because the other southern states is going to get together with Abbot and DeSantis. What you're going to start seeing, right? Let me come right now. Let me do something. Hold on one second. What you're going to start seeing happening is the other southern states, the governor of Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, Arizona, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Arizona turned red. They're all going to get together and they're going to block whatever the northern states is trying to do. How many of you remember, you've been watching my videos, I said that the northern states are finished for the most part. Put a 5 in the chat if you heard me say that the northern states are finished because they're not moving correctly. This is going to show you that now you You got the Ibaracis in these seats are going to Illinois, going to New York, going to Massachusetts, going to California. They say that black people are being disrespected in Texas. They saying black people are being disrespected in Florida. Listen to me. This is what they're saying. They're saying if you a black person living in Florida, if you're a black person living in Texas, if you're a Latino living in Florida, if you're a Latino living in Texas, that you are being systematically being targeted. And that's a freaking lie. It's only the sinners, just like them, that don't want to move correct. Ever since I've been back down here, you got a lot of so-called blacks and Latinos doing very well. When I get Zach's on my live stream, when I get that brother on my live stream, he's going to explain everything from the time he's been here to the time now. It's more racism in the North of all ethnicities. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. There's more racism going on in the northern states in all ethnicities than it is in the southern states. Are there racist people in the South? Yes. Of different ethnicities? Yes. Yet it's more going on of separatism in the northern states than it is in the southern states. Miss me with that madness. Everything I said coming from the Most High, and everything you see in this video corresponds to what I said. They want to distract you with the nonsense. This is the real war going on right now. They try to get other governors to fight other governors. I'm going to tell you this because I care about y'all. There's going to be a time where the Bible says you will not be able to leave a city or enter in a city. Let me explain the breakdown very carefully. Let me explain that breakdown very carefully. There's going to be a time that you will not be able to go to the northern state, and there's going to be a time, if you live in the northern state, you will not be able to travel to the southern state. Depending on who you are. Do I make myself clear? So when the Bible says that you will not be able to leave a country, enter in the country, this is going on right now as we speak. Because what these people are doing, they're leaving what they're supposed to do, they're going into another state, and then they want to go and wreck that other state. So what's going to end up happening is the southern governors are going to get together, and if you live in a northern state and you're dealing with dibbling dabbling with these people, agreeing with these people, you online doing this nonsense, there's going to be a time you won't be able to come to the southern states. Correct, Keystone. Keystone, I'm going to put the link in the chat for you. Keystone, if you're not busy, I'm going to put the link in the chat for you to come on. Okay? If you're not busy. Let's go.
Americans. To be in public office right now is to constantly ask yourself, how do I make sure that we're standing on the right side of history? There's a simple answer. The wrong side of history will always tell you to be afraid. The right side of history will always expect you to be courageous. Expect courage for people around you, and it will show up. Expect fear, and fear will rule the day. Let the courage of these leaders be an example to the rest of the country. I'm proud to stand side by side with our friends from Texas today, and we'd be happy to take your questions.
Mr. Wu, can you talk about what is going to happen if you make it through the 19th and then another special session is called? Are you prepared to stay? Is the whole group prepared to stay here through multiple special sessions?
So look, whatever strategy we choose, whatever tactics we figure out as we move on, the only thing we have in our minds is what do we need to do to protect Texans? What do we need to do to protect Americans? And what each and every one of us has said is that we will do whatever it takes. That what that looks like, we don't know. But we're here, we're committed to this, right? We're all away from our families that we've already been away from for 6 months because of the legislature, that we've been away from our jobs, we've not earned a lot of income this entire year, and our salary for being in the legislature is $600 a month.
These 3 states are quietly letting drivers cut out the insurance middleman, and the big companies are not happy.
All right, let's continue.
This is not a decision, again, that we take lightly. And all the things that we are doing right now, we're doing it because we feel that this is the only way we can protect Texans. This is the only way we can protect Americans, and that we would ask everyone else, if you want to protect this country too, come join us.
Hey, Governor.
Did you hear that? Come join them. Come join them. Look what they doing. Come join us so we could cause war. Now, let me, for those who's tuning in, I want y'all to look into what I'm saying. You have a lot of people attacking Trump, DeSantis, and Governor Abbott. Just like you have content creators attacking me, attacking Brainwaves, and attacking Rainbow. Can we all agree that this is the same play? Just like how these Ibarracis and Diparacis are attacking Trump, attacking Abbott, attacking DeSantis, is doing the same thing with us. Have y'all noticed the play? It's the same play. It's the same play. You got a bunch of content creators getting together who can't stand each other, and you will see the play. Everything y'all see I say will come to fruition. They're going to get together and have a big panel. I'm calling it for what it is. They're going to have a big panel. You're going to see people you haven't seen in a long time. They're going to come. They're going to show their face on camera. Mark my words. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're going to all get together. They're going to go on this particular individual platform. They can't stand each other. Yet, because they can't stand Trump, they can't stand Abbott, they can't stand DeSantis. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And you, the viewers, they want you to go against us. Just like they want the people in Texas to go against Abbott. They want the people in Florida to go against DeSantis. And they want the Americans to go against Trump. Ain't that what they doing to us on YouTube? They want you to go against Ringo. They want you to go against Brainwaves. And they want you to go against me. Can we all agree that's what's going on? And here's what the crazy part about it is. Watch this. Trump is a ladies' man. Abbott is a ladies' man. And DeSantis is a ladies' man. us three brothers have in common? We are ladies' men. We care about women. What do the Ibarashi say? The Ibarashi said that they don't care for women and kids. Do we agree that these people that you see on right now, if you've been here earlier, they said that they want to see women, children, and men have nothing. They saying the same thing about us. You got Ibarashis and Liberashi saying Rollo did this, Rollo did that. They said the same thing about Trump with the Epstein saying. Let's get to it right now. They saying the same thing about Trump with the Epstein situation. We're going there. Yes. They're saying the same thing about DeSantis being a creep. They're saying the same thing about Abbott being a creep. Is I'm lying? Is I'm lying? Tell me the truth. Is that not what they said about Ringo? Which is not true. They saying the same thing about me with a woman. That's not true. They saying something about brainwaves that he's, that word. They said the same thing about DeSantis being, that word. They saying the same thing about Abbott kissing Trump's behind. They saying the same thing on YouTube. Don't y'all see the parallels? Don't y'all see it? That's what's going on right now. And when y'all see what I said, just like I said, the country was shut down in 2020. That came to fruition. I said it on a particular individual's channel at the time. I talked about New York will get that fire a few years back. Came to fruition. Everything I said, the Most High have shown y'all to come to fruition. Now they're going to get together like this meeting. They're going to have a meeting on somebody's platform. I don't know who platform it's going to be. And when you see it, you're going to say, and my comments going to be flooded. They're going to be like, Rollo, you got all these people together on one platform. You was right. They're still not going to work. This goes to show you that Trump is moving correctly, whether you like him or not. This goes to show you Abbott is moving correctly, whether you like him or not. And this goes to show you DeSantis is moving correctly, whether you like him or not. Real talk. Appreciate the support, Denise. Thank you for the $10 contribution. I appreciate the support. I really, really do. That's what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. Let's continue.
Just want to get your reaction to something. John Curran, the Illinois Senate Republican leader, he issued a statement today. He called your hosting of the Texas Democrats, quote, the height of hypocrisy, end quote, since you had supported independent map making and pledged to veto a gerrymandered map. He also called the state's Illinois' current congressional map shameless in its attempt to remove choice from voters. He said Illinois Democrats should be focused on strengthening democracy here in our state with fair maps instead of chasing national headlines by intervening in other states. What's your reaction to everything that Leader Curran said about this matter?
Well, let me be clear. We passed a map in Illinois that follows the Constitution, and that is not what Governor Abbott is trying to do in Texas. We believe that the people of Texas deserve to have fair representation and not to have the game changed in the middle of the decade. There already is litigation about the original map that they put in place, Now they want to change it again. That no doubt will end up being litigated too, but let me be clear that they are attempting to cheat. And you know, I think we all know Donald Trump is a cheater.
Yeah. Right.
So is the Attorney General of Texas, Ken Paxton.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? They said that they're a cheater. They're a cheater. Did you hear what this demon said? That they're a cheater. Why your state so broke, Governor? Why is the state of Illinois broke? Why is there a lot of people that had enough sense to pack up their family and left Chicago to go move to Texas, to go move to Florida, to go move to North Carolina? Why is people leaving your state if you so big body about it? It's nothing but a bunch of demons and warlocks and witches running your state, sir. Ain't nobody righteous running your state, sir. Y'all want demons and warlocks and witches to take over Texas and Florida. It's like these warlocks, witches, and demons want to take over us. Want to destiny swap with us. Try to get the viewers involved with the madness. Let's continue. That's what they're doing to their viewers. They're telling their viewers, we're going on a witch hunt. They're saying that Abbott is weak. Kind of like saying Brainwaves is weak. Brainwaves got his own mind. Ringo got his own mind. I got my own mind. Y'all just mad that we're doing what we're supposed to do. Trying to break up something. That's what they're trying to do with Abbott and DeSantis and Trump. They're trying to break up something great going on in America. They're trying to break up the three men. Trying to like what they're trying to do on the internet. These men got busy lives. Trump got a family to run America. Abbott got responsibilities in Texas. DeSantis got responsibilities in Florida. The Most High put them in that position. It's not what you say, it's what the Most High said. And then you got the devil. He got his people in certain places, right? Even on the internet. The Most High got us on the internet to do what we need to do. These men got their own thing going on. I got my thing going on. And see, when they see us together, oh, they don't like women. They don't like women. They don't like kids. All these lies. Trying to push this narrative on them in me. This is the same thing they're doing to Trump, DeSantis, and Abbott. Let's go.
So many ways. And we here in Illinois believe that we're, what is 2025? We've had elections now for, the 5 years that this map has been in place. We want to continue to have those fair elections. And we're proud of the fact that Democrats do better than Republicans in those districts where they're...
Oh, no, see? You see? That's the same thing that old boy over there be saying. We doing better than these people on the internet. We doing better than them. Yet they worrying about what cars we got, how many homes we got, how many phones we got, how many people we interacting with. All this scary, this tactic, jealousy. They jealous of the people that's removing themselves from them. They mad.
In so many ways. And we here in Illinois believe that we're, what is 2025? We've had elections now for, the 5 years that this map has been in place. We want to continue to have those fair elections. And we're proud of the fact that Democrats do better than Republicans in those districts where they're hyper-competitive, frankly, and we won in virtually every one of those districts that was competitive.
But when you look at a map that's 14-3...
yeah, but you're talking about the outcome, Paris. You're talking about the outcome. Look, the fact that we are very good in Illinois about delivering for the people of Illinois and the people react to that and vote for our candidates is very different than cheating mid-decade by rewriting the rules because their cult leader, Donald Trump, tells them to do it.
Ain't that the same thing they say we in a cult? They saying we in a cult, right? We running a cult on YouTube. Listen, there's people out there saying we running a cult on YouTube. And that's far from the truth. We're not running no cult. They saying that right now. Let's continue.
Both talked about the possibility of redistricting there. Would you accuse them of also cheating if they do so?
Remember, all bets are off when the cult leader and would-be dictator of the United States tells Texas to midstream change the game when they know that they're going to lose in 2026. All bets are off. Everything's got to be on the table. And then
they want us to lose. They not tell y'all they want us to lose everything. They want to see us not have anything too. Oh, they steaming up. They looking at this channel. They getting steamed up now. They like, oh man, he done broke the code again. He done broke the code again. They are going to lose their mind. Listen, y'all. They're going to lose their mind on the internet today. They're going to super crash out. They're going to super crash out this week. Guarantee you. The same thing, the same issue they have with Trump, Abbott, and DeSantis is like me, Ringo, and Brainwaves. I'm telling y'all, man, you can't make this up, y'all. You can't make this up. Let's go.
Yeah. So
How is it cheating in one sense and not cheating in another?
the cheating here is the fact that we are midstream in 2025, and they want to rewrite the map, and for only one reason. The cult leader of their party tells them to do it because he knows he's going to lose control of the House of Representatives.
Attorney General Ken Paxton said Democrats in the Texas House who try and run away like Howard should be found, arrested, and brought back to the Capitol immediately. We should use every tool at our disposal to hunt those down who think that they're above the law. Just reaction to that.
We follow the rules.
Oh,
Yeah. Come get it.
well, they're right. I love that. The members behind me said it all. Look, they're here in Illinois. We're going to do everything we can to protect every single one of them and make sure that, because we know they're doing the right thing. We know that they're following the law. It's Ken Paxton who doesn't follow the law.
Yeah, seriously.
It's the leaders of Texas who are attempting not to follow the law. They're the ones that need to be held accountable.
What conversations have you had about sticking together, knowing what happened in 2021, where this holdout ended after 38 days because some Democrats defected?
So, look, I mean, I think we've discussed this among ourselves enough times that I hope everyone understands that this is not 2021. The world that we're living in today is vastly different. The threats to not only our state, but to our entire country, but to the very concept of what America is, this is a different day.
Like Brainwaves said, break up, shake up, make up, wake up. Brainwaves is correct. Break up, shake up, make up, wake up. Things that can't be the same. Things can't be the same. Yeah. Yeah, Paige. Yeah. We're going to get to that soon. I got to do more research on that. DP, how you doing? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we getting it in, y'all. Okay, Keystone said to send him the link to his email. Okay, I'm going to send the link to your email, Keystone. Okay? Let me go to my thing so I can send Keystone the link to my email. Okay, let me do this. Let me send the link to Keystone right now. Let me send this to Keystone. Okay. Keystone, check your information. I sent it to you. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me good? Okay, so I'll be waiting on Keystone. In the meantime, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me good? But if I'm in the chat, you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, so I sent him the link. That should be good to go. He'll be coming on. He said he's going to his office. Give him 5 minutes. Okay. All right, let's continue.
Danger that is posed to the American people is not the same. If Donald Trump is allowed to do this, if he is allowed to once again cheat and get away with it, there's no stopping this. This will spread across the country. And just as people say it is distasteful for blue states to do this as well, but this will occur everywhere. Because if one person's going to cheat and no one's going to stop it, why doesn't everyone just do it then?
Let me explain what this person is saying. They don't want to, they act like they haven't done anything wrong, right? Kind of like what these content creators be doing, acting like they're innocent and holier than thou, right? Yet they've been doing some sinister stuff. So they want the Republicans, the conservatives, to be exposed, and they don't want to be exposed themselves, if that makes sense. See, they don't like the fact that they're being exposed. They don't like the fact that they're being exposed and that everything they have done has caused a lot of people to lose a lot of things in these states. And what they really want to happen is for the quote-unquote Ibarazis to separate from the House of Texas and the House of Florida. You get what I'm saying? What's going on, Keystone?
Hey, what's up? I was trying to get my face off of here, but I couldn't.
Okay, so if anything, hold on, brother. If it's anything you have to tell me of what's going on with whoever, don't mention it on my platform. Tell me behind the scenes, okay?
Yeah, I'll talk to you behind the scenes for certain things, because this is real sensitive. Anything you say will be used against you at this point.
Right. So what's your take on these bullies attacking Trump, attacking Abbott, and DeSantis?
Hold up, let me go ahead and take my picture off of this first.
Yeah, just turn off the camera. That's it.
Let me see how you do that. Okay, the camera's off.
Go ahead.
Because I have the company shirt on. I don't want that, you know?
Yeah. I got you. Go ahead.
My ideal is they don't want you to have none. Anyone who speaks against the narrative they're going after. That's who they want to go after. You know what I'm saying? Anyone ain't trying to get down with the get down or get down and late and don't lay down with them. That's who they going after. You know what I'm saying? They're setting up more narratives. They're going to set up more tragedies. They're going to set up more things to keep our brains on lock and to put us back in check. You know what I mean? So they keep the economy slow. That way, when they can get things back plugged in the way they want to, they put us back in check. You know? They're the ones that breaking up everything that these other people and other powers have been doing to break down America. It's what they do. They break it down the structure and everything and bring it back to real law order that America should be. And what it should be is people law abiding, people able to work their job, people should have freedom to have their business, people should be able to get paid every day, people should eat good, look good, and feel good, and people should be able to have the freedom to go anywhere that they want and be able to make as much money you want on any currency and be able to travel the world. They want to shut all of that down. And it's just a tug of war right now with that. And they all getting exposed. Left and right. I be watching Steve Gordon. I be watching a lot of channels. And I see the stuff happening here. Look, Pennsylvania, #1 as the states that people secretly leaving. We're about to lose our transportation system, 80 to 50 buses. You know what I'm saying? And the people don't want to change. They don't want to wake up. You know what I mean? They want to see where they're doing wrong and doing negative and being naive. And that's all that is. And when you try to go and do the right thing, they want to go against everything you say. They want to make you go in a whole another different direction. That's what they want to make you. So I'm just being mature on it. I'm not being angry like I used to be. But I'm just trying to speak on this because my state don't get it right. They're going down to 2. They're #1, down spiraling. You know what I mean? And the criminals, they like the criminals more than they like the regular people that are trying to do right.
I agree.
You know? And that time we was up in New York, we couldn't even look at and talk to a single woman without these cats breathing down our necks. It was disgusting to look at that. You know what I mean? And trust me, people on here, you don't want to go through that experience I had to go through. And I was on a chopping block on top of that down here. And the people came up there. So yeah, it was a mess. So in these northern states, you're under more surveillance than you are in the South. In the South, when you just don't move right down there and don't follow the rules and try to bring that same behavior down there, they're going to crack your skull. That's it. In those 3 states. And that's what they're going to do. While Illinois, New York, and Pennsylvania, Jersey, and all the other north states let the criminals run wild. Wow.
They are. They are.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't that. So you said that the transportation is about to shut down. How close are they shutting down the buses and the transportation? Because I heard about that. So
on the 24th of this month, not the whole thing. They're shutting down. They're shutting about 80 buses, and they're going to shut down a couple commuter lines. SEPTA. Because what happened is Shapiro was trying to get the money over. He even transferred the money from roads to help SEPTA. And now the Republicans are going against SEPTA. They want to save the rest of the state, but don't really want to save Philadelphia. They're sick of SEPTA begging for more money.
Ooh. So they're not using the money properly. They're using it for other various reasons to push the agenda of making people more homelessness. So let me ask you this question, because since these Ibaracis love women and kids and certain men, why is it more homelessness in these places since they love these people and concerned about these people's well-being? Wouldn't they propose to help these people instead of keeping these people lower than what they're supposed to? If that makes sense to you?
What makes sense to me is people may need little stuff. When they get to that breaking point about to make the transition of being rich, they do games, little tricks, and they pull. Soon they want that long little connection that they need. They pull the plug from beneath their feet, and that's when they fall to the wayside. Right now, you got a crisis in Philadelphia. Is right now where they're about to displace 40,000 people out of their homes in these neighborhoods. and gentrify those houses. We have a situation like that about to go on. Yeah, I'm exposing it.
Ooh-wee.
It don't make no sense. We have this female mayor here who was doing good. Like we had the trash problem. They got the raises. And while the city suffered for a week with the protests. And the trash union's still not happy right now with the contract that they had. It was and the trash strike is over. I went through some areas up on 52nd Street in West Philly. One corner still has garbage sitting right there. Damn, they ain't collect all the trash in some of the hoods.
Ooh-wee. Woo!
And the Liberace City, you look at Kensington right now. I mean, they did some improvements, cracking down all that, but they went on side streets, and that's where they do everything at, and some come out, some don't, and they still kind of heavy on and off, you know? You can watch my buddy's channel, Deep View Media. He exposed all that. And King Frank, these guys I met in person, these guys I did videos with.
Yes, I have seen that. I have seen your testimony with them. Yes.
You know?
Man, wow. Look what Italian Mamba said. He said he know a content creator because he sent it to me. He said he know a content creator that left Pennsylvania and moved to Florida. Wow. Wow.
And I'm going to tell you something too. Ain't just Philadelphia. I went to Harrisburg, South Allison Hill. That whole neighborhood's a slum. Outside the Capitol. The Capitol's nice and beautiful. As soon as you cross the bridge, that whole neighborhood's a slum. Drugs, prostitutes, killers, shooters, young boys killing each other off left and right. City be having about 26 homicides a year. Then you had York, Pennsylvania, that had 52 homicides 2 years back to back one time.
Man, oh man.
And you have Chester too, but Chester's gotten better. But you have to dwell in these places to actually see what's going on in these places. Let's not drive through. If you dwell, you see everything.
Yeah.
Renton and Allentown. Allentown got them game bangers too. But that's that Latin Kings and that Bronx and New York connection type stuff.
That's nothing new. That's been going on for the dawn of time. So let me ask you this. For being a viewer, being a supporter, do you see the same play on content creators? Because if you notice,
yes, I do.
They after Trump, they after Abbott, they after DeSantis, right? Now,
yes, I do.
The same thing that's going on with me, Brainwaves, and Ringo. Do you see the same play of people that don't like each other? Because we've seen it happen. They're going to get together and have a large platform, just like this individual here, going to Chicago on a large platform. Expect to see these people who can't stand each other come from various places. You're going to see the biggest expose on YouTube history. People that can't stand to get each other are commenting, or writing, or sending memos, messages, whatever, lies to go against us three.
I see it happening because you know what it is? They have to put y'all to a stop for the agendas to go through. Y'all been shutting the agendas down with the videos and the information you have.
Did I tell you to say that? Because you know they're gonna say I forced you to say that.
Nope, you didn't. No, he didn't force me to say that. I said that myself. Yeah, you got a problem? And hey, you talk to me about it.
Say that again.
And say, yeah, I said it. Y'all guys have been putting the right information out there for people, and people of all creeds and walks around the world have been paying attention. They got your videos recorded and everything to go back to get the information and things. Y'all got them like a rat in a trap with trees, or them sticking their hands in a cookie jar and a damn rodent trap bites their hand. That's how good you got. I see this.
You see, Keith don't see the play. He's a viewer, he's a supporter, and he's been watching everything that's going on. I did not force this man to come up here. I asked him to come up here, There's no secret messages and all this nonsense. We barely talk to each other because I got my thing going on. He got his thing going on. Just like how Trump, he talks to Abbott here and there. He talks to DeSantis here and there. He talks to other people. He's trying to get other people to look into what the big picture, but they want to fight with him, argue with him. Kind of the same thing that's going on the internet.
And the same thing goes on with here, me in Pennsylvania with business, when I try to introduce people in my business trying to save their jobs from the robot tax. And they want to be ignorant in all that. But we already locked all that. We already have a plan. That's already locked down. You'll see that plan released between October and Christmas. And when the regular driver is locked out, don't complain. And I'm saying this live on the planet. We gave you offers. We gave you opportunity. Your regular drivers, you wanted to go backstab me and not complain and hate on me. Don't come looking for me when you get locked out of this thing. It's already open in Atlanta, Georgia. It's already opening up in Florida. The license is there. It's already opened up in California. They just had the cookout yesterday, and they just got the Florida license yesterday.
I'm aware of that.
And they got the license in Arizona and Oregon.
Right? You know I'm aware of that, right?
I know you is. So for Pennsylvanians, you didn't want to join me in this? Your time is up. I'm sorry to say that. Your time is up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Once you're locked out of this thing, don't cry. And once you see iRobot drives around, stick up your middle finger, F you humans, don't say nothing then.
That's on them, right?
Right.
All right.
I gave the opportunities, and y'all crapped on it for a year. And who we have on the list? We have all those states. Guess what state's not on that list? Pennsylvania's not on that list. And the co-op, we have to go ahead and pay for the license of our own, with our own money. No. The co-op refuses to pay for the license here. Who could pay for it? No, we're going to pay for it on our own and be our own entity with it.
All right, let's continue to listen to this.
And I'm getting the share. I already got the share here in PA. I'm going to get the share in Delaware. I'm going to get the share in New Jersey. And I'm going to get a share in Georgia. And I'm supposed to be going down to Georgia too to get some training with them guys. That's an all brother clique right there in Atlanta that's doing it on their own. All brothers. And one of them from Bronx, New York. That's the person.
That's what I'm talking about. Get it going. Let's get this. Let's continue to listen to this.
And that is not a society, that is not an America that works every day. Everyone is already tired of the hyper-partisan bickering and all the fighting because we never get anything done. And they are creating a system that will reinforce that and make it even worse. And we're telling people, please come out, stand up against it, rise up and say no more, enough.
Was there a moment that set this in motion? When did you all collectively decide to leave the state?
So, look, there's not a single moment. And throughout this process, Democrats repeatedly tried to work with Republicans on this, asking them, please, could you just at least show us the maps? Could you at least give us an idea of what you're thinking about, what you're doing? Could you please just at least file the bill to do the flooding relief? Just do something. Stop hiding the ball. Stop doing things in secret. Stop shutting people down. Stop not trying to silence our communities, but actually be effective in silencing the communities. Because
ain't that the same play they saying that on the internet? That we're trying to silence people. We're trying to do this. We're trying to do that. All that manipulative tactics. This is manipulative tactics at the end of the day. They're doing the same thing to Trump. They're doing the same thing to Abbott. They're doing the same thing to DeSantis. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, that's who they really after. It's not to say that they don't have issues with other southern states. The point is they really targeting Texas and Florida the most. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Keystone.
The Texans and Florida, and it's not going to bow down to their agenda, not at all. And Georgia's starting to change from that too.
I agree.
And it needs to change. And it needs to change from that. They already got rid of our homegirl in Texas. So that lets you know right there. But she disrespected that governor too, calling them Hot Wheels. So she got what she deserved, as far as I'm concerned, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad thing is, too, these people are going to suffer, but these people want to stay on this draconian 9-to-5 system, getting paid every week, They chose to stay on that. I've been trying to tell my cousin the license, no excuses, you know? And you still want to stay doing 9 to 5 and switching over and all that. I used to be like that when I was younger. You know, I'm far away. I'm so far away from that. You know what I'm saying? And you did the good job on the videos talking about getting paid every day. And hey, you showed it. That's in the Bible. So really, you're working for the demon and the devil. You're getting paid once a week or every 2 weeks.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, I don't have no issues with people working 9 to 5. I would rather do them do that than be in the streets. The point is, the companies are not going to provide services for you for the most part to take care of your family and the needs and wants. You're going to have to do something outside of that. To me, a job is just to take care of your responsibilities. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's how I look at a job.
Exactly.
If you want to make serious money, you're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to put in hours. You're going to have to put in research to make the best money you possibly can in the future. I'm with you on that 100%. Yes, it's in the Bible. You had some person say, well, that's not now. I mean, I don't got time to entertain people who don't get it.
Not me either.
Companies that do it, that do every day, like the Ubers, the DoorDash, certain 9 to 5 companies, because I worked for one back in the 2022, 2023. I was working for a company that paid me the same day. So there are certain companies in the South, Keystone, that pay the same day. They pay their workers a certain percentage and boom. Then whatever they get every 2 weeks, whatever they get every 2 weeks, every week, or every month, that goes direct deposit. But you can get a certain percentage out of your check. So there's a lot of companies doing well with different ride shares. The ride share that your company's starting to grow. People are doing pretty good for themselves, you know what I'm saying? So it all depends on who you talk to. I don't have no issues with people 9 to 5. Just know if you work a 9 to 5, it's not going to get you to the next step, is what Keystone's saying. I'm with him on that 100%. It's just to take care of your bills, and they give you pennies on the dollars, taxes. That's it. Go ahead, man.
And they make interest off your check too while they hold your money. So they get richer off of what you work hard for too.
That's true. That's true.
That's what they do. I try to tell same day logistics this. And they say, I got all the money and all that and stuff. Yeah, but you pay me once a week. These y'all paying. I didn't do my side jobs that I've been doing. I wouldn't have this business, and I would be almost homeless. I would be completely homeless. I'd be around scuzzballs right now, you know? I didn't make the moves I want to make, you know?
Right.
Last time when I went radical with a job like that, getting paid every week, all my cars disappeared. All the vehicles I had to walk for 6 to 7 years behind it. I could have got my license back, but I was in a situation with DUI and all that. I said, let them have their satisfaction. I'm walking, I'm not in jail. So let them have their satisfaction. So I didn't have a license for 6 to 8 years. Then I had gotten it back. And ever since, I've been just driving. I've just been doing side hustles, and that's it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot work these jobs too, because when you're doing these courier jobs and all that, they're paying you once a week, or you got to wait next week or so. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have running money with that. You gotta have gas money. You even gotta have money for the electric car too, to be able to keep that going. And what about you have a last minute emergency and you don't have no resources? You screwed. And what about if a street situation comes up?
Right.
And you know, on the streets, they don't play. They fast, you know? Getting at you.
Mm-hmm. Let's deal with these Ibaracis. Let's go.
Yeah, after they gave 48 hours. 48 hours after they finally revealed the maps for the public to drive 6-7 hours across the state to come testify. And they were given 2 minutes each, and some people waited 15 hours to testify. And we didn't even finish the testimony. And we asked them, could you please go out and ask? And they said, the people who testified are not reflective of the opinions of the people of the state of Texas, then I say, why don't you go out and do more hearings and let people have their say? They refused. Because this entire thing is corrupt. It's a sham process. It's just meant to just have the tiny amount of transparency that they can pretend that's there, and then they hide the ball and get away with whatever they want to get away with. If they are allowed to go unchecked, if this is allowed to go unchecked, this is going to spread across our country and rip it apart.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Here comes the projection. Let me read what Denise said. She said the rich stay rich off the people in lower income brackets. Denise, to be honest, the rich stay rich for the most part, not off the people in lower income brackets. It's more so they don't even think about money. It's more about having say. Because when you start becoming successful in life as a man, as a woman, your delivery will change its mindset. People, for the most part, want other people to provide services for them. They don't want to put in the work to be successful. The Most High did not intend for any of us to be poor. It's in the Bible. It says, none among you shall live in poverty. That's a law, right? That's a commandment. So what that basically means is, even if it's a stranger, even if it's another ethnicity, we're supposed to provide for each other. And everybody, based on the requirements, is going to be either successful or not. And poor or lower income is not evil. You're going to have people that's going to be servitude to certain people. Certain people are born to be successful. Certain people are born to be servitude. That doesn't mean they're evil. It just means that their mindset, and depending on their family tree, it's up to the individual to change their mindset to break the curses. We're not supposed to depend on government. Government's supposed to serve us. And see, what they're trying to do is make Abbott and DeSantis mainly, and Trump, to say they're not serving the people, when in fact, if you look at it, Trump is serving the people. Trump is listening to the people from both sides, even Abbott, even DeSantis. What they pushing is that they being one-sided. No, these people are being one-sided because they're being exposed for taking from the elderly, taking from the women, taking from the children. These schools are terrible in these places in Dallas, in Austin, in what's the other one? Austin, Dallas. What's the other blue state? The Ibarasi state in Texas? Austin, Dallas.
Austin.
No, it's Austin. Austin, Dallas is another one. I can't remember the name.
Houston, right?
Houston. Yeah, Houston.
Houston, yep. Yeah. Houston's awful. Know who took over Houston?
Who?
50 Cent took it over. They got that disrespect with that J Prince problem going on over there. You do your research on it. We're not gonna go into that.
Yeah, we're not gonna go into that. Okay, I'll look into it. Okay, let's go.
Can you tell us how many people are here, how many representatives are here, and how many might be coming from New York and Boston?
I would have to.
Whoa! What did they say? Look at what they say. Let's rewind back.
Across our country and rip it apart.
Representative, can you tell us how many people are here, how many representatives are here, and how many might be coming from New York and Boston?
From New York and Boston. Man, oh man, oh man. Let's continue.
We'd have to dig with it.
Governor, would you, as a private citizen or through your Think Big America organization, or urging the DPI, would you cover the $500 a day fines that add up when the Texas legislators are missing?
Look, what they're doing is the right thing. They have a right to raise money, by the way, to support their endeavor. And I'll be clear. I mean, I haven't done that. We've done everything in terms of logistics to support, to welcome them. And again, I continue to support the endeavor that they've undertaken here. Others have already done some of that.
Do you think you're going to financially support them as this goes on?
I can't answer that. I can only tell you that I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that they're welcome here, that they have.
They don't have the money.
They don't have the support no more.
They don't have the support no more. How he gonna take care of them?
See, know what they want? I'm gonna tell you the reason why they
Right.
want to keep them in. They want to keep these immigrants at their businesses and at their jobs working from them because they know us black folks ain't going to do it. The labor that it has expired from us. 400 years? Heck no. If they tried to
Yeah,
get me
well,
back on the farm, I wouldn't do that crap for $1,000.
it's more than that, though. I know what you're saying. It's more than that because you're talking about the crops. Yeah,
And not the crops too. I'm talking about too. It has to do with the voter registration. They want to keep them in so they can stay in power at the polls and set up everything so when the
make
polls
them,
win.
yeah, so they could
Yeah,
look
yeah.
good. They can make them look good and make them look poor. Yeah, they want everybody to be poor. We agree with that. These people
Right.
here, it's no different than the people on the internet want to see you poor. These demons,
Mm-hmm.
these warlocks, these witches, they want to see you poor in poverty and pain and suffering.
So when you see the people on these Skid Row streets in America scrubbing and stuff like that, that's a person scrubbing to keep another person in power and keep another person rich. You're the pawn when you're poor.
Let's continue.
The ability to stay as long as they need to and want to, and we're glad that they're here.
Of course, you're glad that they're here. Look at that smirk, demon smirk.
And frankly, there's no need because the outpouring of support from people, from Americans around the country, the outpouring support, like since we've landed, I have gotten, my phone has not stopped ringing. Of people texting us, keep going, tell us what you need, give you the donation link.
Whoa, uh-oh. Keystone, they exposed himself.
Wow.
You hear that?
Repeat that.
You hear that? Let's go back. He exposed himself. Listen.
And frankly, there's no need because the outpouring of support from people, from Americans around the country, the outpouring support, like since we've landed, I have gotten, my phone has not stopped ringing. Of people texting us, keep going, tell us what you need, give you the donation link.
Whoa! Yeah, they expose themselves. Donation link.
And so what did the Abbot say earlier? He said that they are bribing the people. In Texas, bribery is a federal crime. He admitted live bribery. They taking briberies. Put a 5 in the chat if y'all heard that. You the viewers in the chat, did y'all hear the bribery talk? Wow. Let's rewind it back again. Before you talk, hold on, let's rewind it back.
From people, from Americans around the country, the outpouring support, like since we've landed, I have gotten, my phone has not stopped ringing. Of people texting us, keep going, tell us what you need, give you the donation link.
What is the donation link? We'll know that in a moment.
What is the donation link? You see that?
Yep, I just sung that. The donation link. That means they broke.
Ooh, man.
Trump put a sledgehammer to their finances. Matter of fact, he put a 12-gauge shotgun with a switch to their finances.
Man, oh man.
And it's only been, how many months has already been this year? We're already in August. We didn't even get to 4 years. Think about in the next 3.5 years how damaged they really going to be. But within 2026, you got to make sure the right people are in power in the Senate and the House to make sure that damage can get fully done.
Man.
Yeah.
They taking the same people they say they want to help. Is they taking money from these hardworking people, y'all? Wow.
Wow. That's their funnel right there. That's what it is. And it's got another connection to it, but we ain't gonna say what that other connection is. All right? I have an idea. We'll talk about it behind the scenes. But you catch my drift, right?
Let's continue. Look at him laughing about it.
Out of the state serially for months.
He's checking his pocket. He's getting cash apps right now. He's getting cash apps right now. Look at him. He's reaching his phone. Look.
Country, the outpouring support, like since we've landed, I have gotten, my phone has not stopped ringing of people texting us, like, keep going, tell us what you need, give you the donation link.
What is the donation link? We'll know that in a moment.
Look at him. Look at him. He's looking at the phone. He's looking. He's getting nervous. He's getting them cash apps. How you doing, Waco? And Denise, you know. Yeah, I shout out Denise earlier. Yeah. He looking at his phone. They hit my cash app. I want my PayPal. Vimo, we're gonna get some money from these folks. But you're not putting no money in their pocket. Why they gotta put money in your pocket?
Oh boy.
That's the same thing with these hate groups. Funnel my support. Let's continue.
Are you committed to doing that because it's corrupt and undemocratic, as you say? And if you're not certain, is there value in slowing this down rather than stopping it?
Yeah, so again, you know, we don't know what the next steps are. We're trying to take this day by day. We have never given up trying to talk to our colleagues on the other side. We've never stopped trying to have negotiations and try to work out something that will actually benefit the people of Texas. And we will continue to do that. We'll continue to try. And again, I don't care what it is. The people here are risking their lives, are risking their safety. We had the Attorney General has threatened us. The governor has threatened us. We have members of our body have threatened us. And people take this very.
You see the nonsense? You see the play? They're saying threat. No. There's no threat.
No, that's a narrative. Narrative's been plucked, brothers. And the people in that assembly talking is plucked. Go ahead, destroy that narrative, Rollum.
So basically, it's like kind of like people say I'm threatening them and I ain't threatening them, right? And so they get other people involved and try to get, you know, details of how to make you lose everything. They want Abbott to lose their seat. They want DeSantis to lose his seat, and they definitely want Trump to lose, you know, his seat. That's their goal right now. That's the same thing. A lot of these people don't like that we on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You the people, they try to get you to put that final hammer, if that makes sense. Just like how this individual is trying to get the Texianians to go to war with Abbott, to go to war with DeSantis, to go to war with Trump. They're trying to get all Americans to do that. Don't do that. Don't fall for the devil's trick. Because if something was to go down, they ain't going to bail you out. They ain't going to help you. They're not going to feed your family. You feeding their pockets. What are they doing for their district? Dallas is a wreck right now. And I was in Dallas. And I love Dallas, North Dallas especially. I haven't been to the hood or, for the most part, I haven't been to the city of Dallas, and I ain't going to no Fort Worth, Texas. You can't pay me to go there. It is what it is. The point is that it needs to be some changes. And people don't want change. They want things to be the same. Then they complain about they be with the victimhood and all this other nonsense. I ain't got time for that. So to these Ibarracis and Ibarracis on YouTube, the Most High is not pleased of how you using his name in vain, because they're using his name in vain in code, man. Come on now. It's like they want women to get riled up to go against the men, because you notice that, old girl that's the Dallas representative. She can't stand men, even though, I'm not saying she's not attractive, but the truth of the matter is,
Oh, okay.
she's this
Well,
is what it is, man.
yeah.
You got witches that are attractive.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Let me speak on that witch part. That's why these guys' lives are ending so fast. I notice women, and they're still alive, but the husband is not still alive because they in that witchcraft heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see a woman who gets married, get married second time, and loses both husbands. That's a sign of that right there. And he's all messed up and can't figure out what's going on because they're in the sign of that witchcraft. That's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden you mess and have sex with one of them witches, and you wonder why you having a down spiral to affect to your money and your finances, and you almost wind up being put behind bars because you played with a witch.
That's a fact. And when you ladies dealing with these warlock dudes, you got to be careful with them.
Oh yeah, they like the warlock dude because they like the mustache onto the other hairy mustache with the nice little beautiful lady lips on it.
Pause. Yep, that's facts. All right, let's finish this out.
Very seriously, and people are committed to doing what it takes, and that's it.
What are the next steps? What are the next steps? Are you gonna be here tomorrow, raising more awareness about this? How are you gonna still attend to the duties of the people in Texas? I mean, aside or like what are the next steps for you?
I think.
No, I mean like the regular legislative duties and all that, like for folks in your district. Like what are the next steps here, basically, for you?
I don't understand.
Day by day activity.
Yeah.
Day by day activity.
Well, we will have morning. We'll have press releases in the morning. We'll tell you what we're doing.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks so much.
Look at them.
StopTheTexasTakeover.com. StopTheTexasTakeover.com.
They ain't stopping. You know what I mean? They ain't stopping. With them hard Confederates down there in Texas, they ain't stopping no time soon. I'm glad they're doing it. You know what I mean? These people need to be put up in check and stuff like that. You know, straight up. You got people out there who would love to line those people up on a firing squad and put holes in them. You know?
Yeah.
In Texas, Texas and hardcore. Look who they got rid of. That should be your answer right there. That's why they're doing this, because they saw what happened to their girl.
Yeah, we have definitely know that this is about to get serious. Y'all people be safe out there.
Yeah.
We're not pushing no war over here because you know what they're gonna say. Raul's pushing war and all this and that. He can't stand the other side. No, it's not the point of that. They moving funny. They're doing things that's wicked, and they need to be called out on their wickedness. That's the problem people have, is that they get called out their wickedness. You know what I'm saying? They have an issue with that. For real.
And when they get called out there,
go ahead, my fault.
My final words is, people, be careful. Stay away from crowds. Don't go to no big events. Even the small events, don't go to. And be careful when you go to these malls, everything. They're going to create a strong narrative and a very strong, big distraction. And watch the weather, because they got the weapons to play with the weather. So be careful, folks, because when it's getting this serious, they have to do some distraction. They did that in 2020, and your predictions came true of what you say, right? So, so we have to really watch it out here, folks. You know what I mean? This political war is just not political. It's about getting our souls, and the souls are currency. But the real currency, if you just go ahead, be in the Most High, get the peace and everything together, and they can't touch you. And that's the beautiful thing of it.
I appreciate you coming on, man, and you have a good day.
You too, cuz. Peace.
Peace. All right, everybody. For those who supported the Cash App, I want to thank you so much. And just know that I announced it yesterday. I don't want to say who support the Cash App for here on out, because you got these deities and entities harassing my supporters. Just know that I send you an emoji. I appreciate your support. If you support the Cash App, you support from the bottom of your heart. Don't take it personal. No, I appreciate your support. I just don't want to put your names out there. Thank you so much for your support on the Cash App. Denise, thank you for hitting the super chat. Also, if you support the Venmo, I won't shout you out. You know what I'm saying? Just know, if you support the super chat, yeah, they could see that. But if you support the Cash App or the Venmo, thank you. To Waco, Maryland, all the ladies and fellas, Paige, Corey, Demas, the members, I appreciate you for tuning into the show. I'm going to get my pre-recorded videos going on. I had to talk about this. This was needed before I was going to get into my pre-recorded videos. Shout out to all of those who's viewing. We had a lot of people in the building. Watch the narrative, y'all. Pay attention to what happens later on the internet. You're going to get your answer. All right? So at the end of the day, keep winning. Stay focused. You're going to get your answer. I appreciate y'all coming through. And we had a lot of people in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see how many likes they said I have. Let's see how many people YouTube say I view, which I know is more than what they're saying. No, I had over 300 people watching. That's a fact. I've been on for about 2 hours and 40 minutes. I had over 300 people watching. Let's continue to get the likes up, y'all. The likes is 12 likes. Can we get the likes over 20 before you enter out the show? Let's get the likes up to over 20. You know what I'm saying? I would appreciate that. So with that said, y'all, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is Floridian Rowler signing off. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be safe out there and be mindful of these narcissistic entities. It's crazy out here. Peace.